Hey everybody, Scott Family here again, and today we are here to talk to you about how we met.
Ready, Scots, go!
So last video, Jerry did mention that we would make a video of how we met. Who's going to tell it first? Because we have two sides.
Like I said in the last video, I'm number one. Even though apparently she decided to make Eden number one, I'm number one.
Eden's number one.
I'm going to tell the story first. Okay. So it all started off in a very distant land known as Provo, Utah, where I was going to school. At the time, I was working at the Missionary Training Center, and for those who don't know what that is where the missionaries for the LDS Church go and prepare themselves to go and serve their missions wherever they're going in the world. And so I was working as a security guard, and there's a front booth where cars come through. Here I am doing my job on a Sunday morning, and this truck pulls up. And mind you, this is my first day back on the job from going back home for the summer for some interning. And
it was what day?
It was August 29th.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, of 2016.
Yep.
And so I'm sitting there in the booth and I'm talking to my coworker about how I'm just frustrated. I'm just frustrated with dating life. I'm frustrated with women. I mean, women. Crazy sometimes, but good at the same time. And
it's because you had ended a relationship like a month earlier, a couple weeks earlier?
Yes, I just about maybe 3 or 4 weeks earlier had ended this relationship, and no hard feelings to her, it just didn't work out. And, you know, obviously you have these feelings of depression that start to kick in, and, you know, people who have maybe lower self-esteem or, you know, like me, will be like, oh, I'm so sad, why is this my fault? It doesn't have to be, it's just, it didn't work out. And so I finally got over it, but at the same time, I was like, I need to take a step back, I need to think, and I need to maybe just be girl-free for a little bit. And I'm telling this to my coworker. And my coworker says, hey, so you're not going to date any girls right now? Nope, I'm not going to date any girls, don't need to date any girls. And, you know, this girl who works with us, you know, happens to be walking by this booth, and I asked her what her name is, just because I didn't know. And I shut the window, and after that conversation, and he looks at me and he's just like, what was that? And I said, I was just wanting to know what her name was. I thought you said you weren't going to try to hit on any girls. And I said, I'm not. I just wanted to know what her name was. But I told him, I said, I have to admit. Here's the truth. I have to admit. If there was a girl who happened to be walking by the booth or driving past the booth, whatever it is, and they just made my mouth go, I probably would have to do something about it. And he was like, on the job, like, you would just walk out there and you would just ask them out. You'd ask them for their number. And I'm like, if they made me go, I would do that. And now here comes this truck. Pulling up is this nice, beautiful woman who is not Brianna.
So here comes my side of the story. I'm just going to fill in a little bit of background. So I have a really good friend that worked at the MTC as a teacher, so she taught Spanish. She rode her bike to work, and her handlebars had some issues that morning, so she left the bike overnight there at the MTC. So I was just happening to hang out with her that morning, and she goes, hey, I need to pick up my bike from the MTC. My friend is going to drive me there because she's a truck, and do you want to come with? And I was like, sure, yeah. So I hopped in the back of the truck. We drove over to the MTC, which was about maybe like 3 minutes from her apartment, and we pulled up to the window. And that is when I saw Jerry.
Yes. And so she pulls up to the window and sees me, but I actually don't see her. Because in this truck there's seats in the back and the windows are kind of tinted, and so I just see the two people in the front, and she's in the back seat. You know, I'm talking to these people in the front seat and I'm teasing them about having to pick up their bike. Because I'm like, why would you bring a truck to get a bike? You just ride bikes. Like, you don't need a truck. Like, that's lazy. And they're like, but it's broken. And I was like, okay, well, cool. So all you have to do, now that you know how to get your bike going, you know, you just pull over behind the booth and you can let her out and she can go in and get her bike and you can wait for her. And so I look behind me and I see this girl get out and then another girl get out and I'm getting ready to, you know, do security guard things where you have to where you have to sit up and you have to say, hey, what are you doing? Like, you're not supposed to be going in here. You know, but instead, this girl doesn't go towards the training center. She goes back towards the security booth, kind of on a brisk walk, jog pace.
I was like running, but yeah.
Running. I didn't want to make you seem so,
Desperate?
desperate, yeah. Because I'm handsome.
In my mind, what happened was we pull up to the window, I see him, and I'm like instantly smitten. I mean, like, he's obviously very handsome. I've always had a thing for black guys, if I'm being 100% honest. And he like fit all of the little, you know, checklist boxes I had. Number one, his eyes were like incredible. They're like very beautiful blue. He had freckles, you know, he had gorgeous hair, and you know, he was just very handsome. And so I was just immediately smitten. And while I was sitting in the car, my friend was talking to him through the little booth, explaining why we had to pull in. I was like bumping her and I was like, dude, like, you work at the MTC, have you seen that guy before? Like, what's his name? Like, can you hook me up? Like, he is so cute. And she's like, no, like, I've never seen him before. Like, I don't know who he is. We'll come to find out later, like, he said it was his first day back. So she had only been working there for a month or two. And yeah, so she didn't know him. And so I was like, dude, like, how am I going to get in contact with this guy? And so in my mind, I'm thinking, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to go get out and run over and ask him for his number. So I told my friends that were in the car, as she was getting out to get the bike, I told everyone in the car, I was like, I'm going to go get his number. And they're like, no. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, really? I'm like, yeah. I mean, what have I got to lose? Because he probably goes to BYU is what I assumed. And I went to UVU, which is a different school. And I figured I would, like, never see him again if he said no. So I might as well just, you know, go get his number. And so that's what I did.
And I see her and I'm just like, wow, this girl's cute. And she's confident. And I had no idea what she was going to say. I was just going to tell her she couldn't stand here because she's basically standing in the middle of the road where cars are driving. And that's where she decided to say,
yeah, so like I go up to the window and I was like freshly showered and I didn't put any makeup on this morning because I'd just been hanging out with a friend, so I didn't think anything of it, and I didn't think I was going to ever get out of the car. And so yeah, I was wearing yoga pants and a baggy t-shirt and like, yeah, I was looking a hot mess. But I hop out of the car, I run over there and walk up to the window, and the window's still open from us driving through because I literally hopped out of the car like right away. And he looks like he's about to say something. He opens his mouth, but then I like straight up cut him off, and I was like, hey, so you're really cute. Can I get your number? And he just goes, wait, what?
What?
And I think it's because I threw him off guard because he was gonna say something else. But yeah, he just like, wait, what? And I go, I mean, do you have a girlfriend? And he's like, well, no. And I'm like, then can I have your number? And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, my name's Jerry, and we like introduced ourselves, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, here's my number. He gave me his number, and yeah, that's how it happened. And then I just like ran back to my car and was like, hi, kind of thing. There was the experience.
The crazy thing is that we had just been talking about how you have to take these opportunities in the booth. You have to take the window of opportunity. And this is what was crazy about it, because no more than 5 minutes after this conversation, Brianna decides that she literally was going to take my window and take her opportunity. It's the one and only Double G. And as she starts to, you know, after she gets my number and she starts to go back to her car, we just start busting up laughing. Because we're like, did that just happen? No girl ever asked me out before. That was crazy. And she was cute. What the heck? And his face is red, and we're both like, I can't believe that just happened. So much for not dating, I guess. I just said I wasn't going to ask anyone out. But she asked me. And the rest is history. And everything that happened during this whole situation was like just crazy and like meant to happen. Do you approve? She approves.